also going to go do an interactive session on Instagram. It's a photo video sharing social network app, and it's now owned by Facebook. It wasn't always owned by Facebook. You can use the mobile app to shoot and post photos, videos, and stories. You can have followers, you can follow others. There is a desktop version, but it's mostly for browsing, and it has pretty limited functionality. So here are some stats. Only Facebook and YouTube have more logins, but 71% of 18 to 24-year-olds use Instagram, and 25% of smartphone owners use Instagram. And Instagram, even though it doesn't have as many people using the platform as some of the other social media tools and technologies, I think it's really played an outsized role in popular culture. And there is actually a pretty good new book out about the role that Instagram has had on our culture, and also a history of the company. It's kind of interesting. So we're going to go over the profile today because that can be customized. We'll look at the stories feature. We'll take a look at IGTV, which is sort of Instagram's response to YouTube. And again, there's some efficiencies that you can affect by cross-posting with Facebook. So why use Instagram? It's got really good photo editing. I think the basic free, it's free, right? I think that it's got 24 filters. The stories feature is ideal for extension work, and I'll show you some of that today. The live broadcast option is really interesting. The fact that you can load video from your mobile device or shoot video is really impressive. And it's really visual, but it doesn't have some of the character limits that some of the other social media platforms have. So you have a really good ability to actually load your post with a good and meaningful amount of text and also hashtags. And it is indexed by Google. It's searchable. The use of the platform is growing rapidly, and it has really high engagement among users, I think because it's visual, right? So things that you should do for both Facebook and Instagram are optimize your profile. And again, I'll show you examples in a couple of minutes. Check your privacy and security settings frequently. Consider using the interface between Facebook and Instagram, and try using some of the newer features like stories or perhaps a live stream. It's scary, but it can be really good for extension work. One of the best examples that I've seen of the live stream since the pandemic, a 4-H person here in the state of California sort of did live stream on Facebook around an embryology project. It was fascinating. And then also some really good stuff from other extension programs. There's been amazing stuff, Master Gardener programs, junior Master Gardener, things like that. But before doing any social media, you have to think about, why am I doing this? What do I want to communicate, share, and accomplish? How much time do I have to devote to this? And if I'm using these tools already, how can I use them more effectively? So let's go explore. Hang on a second. I'm going to quit PowerPoint. And I'm going to queue up. How's everyone hanging in there? Good? Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. For some reason, I'm not seeing the chat right now. All right. Let me check the chat really quickly. Got a question from Danielle. Will the PowerPoint be mailed out to you? No, it won't be mailed out, but we'll save it as a PDF and make sure that it gets posted online? So that's a good question. You're mesmerized, Matthew Howell. That's great. I love to hear that. Okay, so we've already taken a look at the place that you're going to go to on Connect Extension. So let's jump into Facebook. So the page that I'm going to use to sort of demonstrate today is a page called UC Food Observer, and it's a brand that I developed for the University of California, and so the page has been around for ages, which is a wonderful feature for extension organizations. This is so good, and again, I'll take all of this chat and I'll put it in some sort of document. So really quickly, we're going to go to Instagram. So here's what I wanted to show you on Instagram, because I don't, there was not a slick way for me to share the phone today, and we're only here for a short time. So I decided to just sort of look at the features that I could show you from the desktop version, which really is mostly for browsing, right? Okay, so one of the things that I want to suggest to you is, so this UCCE Ventura Instagram account is relatively new. So the profile, I just want you to look at it. Okay, so it's got the logo, which I think is good. It says what it's about, right? It says what kind of information it's posting. It's got a hashtag 4-H and a hashtag Master Gardener. And I'll show you in a second when you load those hashtags in search, because remember, Instagram is also a search engine, right? So these hashtags, you'll get to see about those. One of the things that I like is they actually mentioned the organizations that they're part of. And these are really, these are pretty large accounts and very active accounts. So that's a good thing. They've also hashtagged Ventura County. So if someone was searching hashtag Ventura County, this content's going to come up. Now, one of the things about a lot of the social media tools is they limit you to one link, right? So one of the things that that I am using on my social accounts, and this is not the only widget or tool that does this. There are others. I use a tool called Linktree. So when you pull up Linktree, what it does is it enables you to sort of list a bunch of links, and it is a separate little app. It is free, and I'm going to show you first. So this is from Instagram, right? Usually we only get one link there, but when you click on the link, look at all the things that we were able to load. A link to some webinars, a link to some workshops, a link to the website. This link would take a viewer to our latest blog post. Follow the organization on Facebook, check out the YouTube channel. So this is a way to create efficiency. Some people don't like using it. I like using it. I have found it really helpful for me in my work, because I have multiple websites, so I can direct people. So here is what the app, what it looks like, and it's a desktop app. You can use it mobile. I find the desktop better. So this is my personal link tree, and so what I've done is I've loaded links in about here's my new website, here's a podcast I was featured in, here's an article I was featured in, here's where you could buy my book, stuff like that. Here are some of the things I'm reading. And so this is what it looks like. And this is not only on my personal Instagram, I have it on my Twitter account. And stuff like that. And so again, Linktree is not the only app. And again, some people don't like it. This is like the color scheme. You can pick different sort of color backgrounds, but it doesn't really look like the design of my website. But I'm okay with it because it enables people who visit my profile to go look at multiple things. So that might be something that you might consider. But think about your profile because you're limited, and really think about it, and sit down with an open Word document and do the character counts and figure out what works and do a search on the hashtags. So let's do right now, search 4-H. Look at that. That's a lot of posts. That's a lot of posts. So if you use that hashtag, that's a pretty good thing. Okay, look at Master Gardener. All right. Lot of posts, right? Lot of posts. Master Gardener, Master Gardeners. You can sort of get a sense for different phrasings, right? So let's look at SciComm. All right. 215,000. Science communication. Pretty good. So, you want to look at the different hashtags, right? Okay. So, one of the things that I want to show you, and I just learned this yesterday, is I know that probably a lot of you are already on Instagram and you're familiar with IGTV. And IGTV is, again, it's Instagram's response to YouTube. And it is really got some great stuff there. And so you would click on it here. This is a feature I just discovered yesterday. I had no idea you could do this. You can actually upload a video from your desktop to IGTV. And it was really interesting because as soon as I found this out yesterday, I went, you're kidding me. So I called one of my really good friends who in real life is an Instagram influencer. And she does like products for companies and all sorts of things. And she was like, I had no idea. So we were there, on the telephone at 4:00 yesterday afternoon. Neither of us knew this. So I don't know if this is new or what, but so you could definitely look there. And I would really encourage you if you've got video for your program, try it on IGTV and see what happens, right? And so I want to show you, let's see, UC South Coast. Okay. So this is a really delightful account. And I want to show you how they use stories, right? So what they've done here is, you can do the stories on Instagram, which, if you were on your mobile device, there would be a little plus sign here, meaning that you could do a little story. And so what they've done is they've archived some of their food preserver stuff and their little videos and their little stories. And they've made this wonderful little button on their page where they've archived it. I've seen Master Gardener programs that have archived entire like little programs up here. What a great educational tool, right? And here's some sort of stuff from their Master Gardener. So that's a feature that you can use there. I also want to encourage you to really, on Instagram in particular, use your hashtags to discover your community and find people and groups to follow. That is one of the best things that you can do. And I have to tell you, I learned an awful lot this week from this site. And so one of the things that I'll be sure to post is a recording of a webinar that a social cafe earlier this year that the two women who run this account did for Extension Foundation. And they talked about their work in science communication and in particular how they use the Instagram account. So we have had a heck of a couple weeks in this country, haven't we? And one of the most hopeful things for me in this last week was these women in this program. They participated in and helped drive this Black Birders Week. And I followed their post every day, and I found more wonderful new scientists to follow as a result of this social media activity, right? I found new books to read. It was really, really meaningful content. And so look at this, to me, is an absolutely stellar science communication social media account. And again, I would recommend that you go follow it. And again, they're using stories here in a really, innovative way, and they're archiving all this educational content. Look at all of this stuff that they have up here. So really, really a good account to follow. Now, one of the things that's kind of a challenge for us right now is that we're all, many of us are quarantined, right? And so we're trying to do Instagram accounts and Facebook accounts, and we maybe don't have pictures, and maybe we didn't archive. This has inspired me actually to set up all these photo directories on Google photo drives, right, that are labeled by events and things like that, so that if this happens in the future, I have content. But, sometimes we just have to go find a photo someplace else. We have to source a photo. So one of my favorite sites to follow is Unsplash, right? And I just think it's absolutely a wonderful site. So say that maybe you're a nutrition person